Stinished It is recorded on the unceded lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging, and to any First Nations people listening.
We acknowledge the long history of storytelling undertaken on this land.
Welcome back to Stinished It, the podcast where we chat about things we've started, finished, and what we're looking forward to. I'm Reuben, and I'm the most comfortable I've ever been, and with me is my co-host,
Jett. I'm here calling in from the United States of America, from a very new and very, I feel like bit more extravagant podcast closet. I'm in a literal closet this time, not just our podcast closet in the stairway. I'm sitting on a couple of pillows. I would also say I'm pretty comfortable. So that's good.
That's good. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. I'm a little worried that it's going to be real warm because today is going to be, I think, 31 degrees in Brunswick. So that's fun.
That's very warm. Today it's going to be...
our first day of summer.
It's going to be 26 here. I'm in
That's nice.
I'm in Norco, California at the moment. It's been very warm.
That's a made-up place.
No, it's a real name of a real place. It was meant to be warmer. It was meant to be cooler. It's normally cooler this time of year. It's autumn. It's still very warm. Like, it's...
Climate change?
Yeah, probably. I can blame climate change.
Probably.
I can do that.
It's usually climate change.
Yeah.
When in doubt. Yeah.
Have I been missing out on anything in Brunswick? Anything fun going on? How's the
You've been missing out. Yeah.
I was going to say, have we had any, like, revolts against the podcast... the podcast noise silencing, what do you call that? Area of effect? I'm saying the wrong things. You get what I mean?
Yeah. No, everyone's been very respectful.
That's good.
All the humans anyway. Goose less so. We've had chaos after disaster after chaos.
Really?
Yeah, so that's
oh
been
no!
fun. Yeah.
What's been happening with Goose?
No, you don't want to know.
Okay.
She's fine.
Is she safe and fine?
She's safe and fine.
Okay. She hasn't escaped or anything? You haven't...
No, oh gosh, no, imagine that. No.
Okay, good.
With no collar too, because she's had no collar for 6 months because of the podcast.
Because the podcast, it makes too many dinglings. Can't have those dinglings. Okay.
Oh boy.
Is Goose in the room with you?
She's fine. No, okay. So that's another first time for Stinished.
Yeah.
No Goose.
This is a podcast without Goose. She's been removed.
Honestly... we might lose that special zhuzh, that little pizzazz.
No, her interrupting once an episode.
Yeah,
just chiming in.
The little dose of panic that goes in there.
I mean, she's
creeps into our voices when we see her opening a door or whatever. She's
on a vengeful quest to stop the podcast each episode. Yeah. Hit as many keyboard buttons as she can. Open as many doors as she can.
Yeah.
Absolute chaos. Chaos embodied in a cat.
Yeah. That's right.
So. On this podcast, we talk about things that we've started and finished and things that are coming up and things that we might follow up on. We have the started it section, finished it section, and then up and up for those last two. It's been a few days that I've been here in the US. I've started a lot of things in these past couple of days. So I'm very excited for this podcast.
So does that mean that you came to the podcast recording session with you started it's prepared and ready to go,
My started it's prepared. My finished it, no. Again, I've started a lot of things, haven't necessarily finished some things, but I'm very excited for this episode. I think, just being out of, you go through the same monotonous things every day while you're living at home. You walk the same walks. You drink the same coffee. You
do not drink the same drinks when you're in the podcast club.
No, I have a new drink today. I forgot to mention.
Oh boy, they bought a drink.
Okay, I brought a drink. Okay, I brought this drink. Can you see it? We're on video chat.
I can see it. No one else can see it. It's an audio medium, so no one else can see it.
It's
a pink can that says LaCroix.
LaCroix. It's a LaCroix, a classic
That's the one.
American Californian drink. It is sparkling water. This one has some berry essence. Everyone drinks this here. So I'm really getting in the groove of the Californians. It's got 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 sodium, 0 carbs, 0 protein. So, exactly what you want.
In it? Water?
Only is highlighted in green. It says only carbonated water and the naturally essenced. So,
so what I said, it's water.
Well, it's got natural essences. It doesn't tell you what those essences are.
You know what has natural essences? Water. Because it comes from the world where there's stuff in it.
Everything comes from the world, Reuben.
You just bought a can.
I could chuck tar in this
exactly.
drink and it'll be naturally essenced.
Yeah, exactly. So what are you really paying for?
The tar. I'm paying for the tar.
Yeah. Great.
Well, there's
And how much did you pay for the tar that's in your drink?
It was free. It was just in the fridge.
It was free.
Yeah. There was a bunch in the
nice.
fridge, so I just took one.
That's nice.
So that's
But when you think about it, was it really free?
I don't know. The hospital bills of the tar is probably going to be quite a lot, especially since I'm in the US. So
Yeah, I reckon.
it's like any good business model. You get them in with a free trial, and then charge them later
And then
on.
you hit 'em with the bill.
This is a big
subscription trap.
US subscription trap. They get you in with free nice drinks, and then they get you with the hospital bills later. It's great. I love it. Anyways, I'm going to open this live on the pod. You ready for this?
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm ready. Oh, that was a
Good sound? All right, good.
Arguably almost as good as someone drinking a litre of coconut.
It doesn't taste very nice, I might also add.
It is just water with some tar in
Yeah.
it, so I don't know what you're hoping for.
No, well, I thought I haven't had tar before, so I thought tar might be nice, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah, and now you know for sure.
Yeah.
It's worth checking.
Yeah,
you know?
people are saying
One
the tar's really
question.
good. They're like, yeah, Kate Blanchett drinks it all the time.
Yeah, she's amazing in that movie.
Big tar fan. So I was like,
Big tar all the time.
yeah, big tar's my favorite industry.
Yeah.
Out of all of them,
Interesting.
just behind Big Traffic. No, just ahead of Big Traffic.
I was going to say.
Goes
gonna
Big
say, it's
Tar,
better than Big
Big
Traffic.
Traffic,
It's better than Big Bird.
Big
Yeah.
Bird.
No, Big Traffic is at the bottom. I feel like you misunderstand Big Traffic. It's at the very bottom.
I'm sorry, can you tell me about Traffic? I haven't heard about Traffic lately.
Oh, I can tell you all about Traffic. So I was coming home from work, right? I was feeling pretty good, finished on time, maybe even a little bit early. So I was coming down, and Sydney Road
Hey,
is
Reuben,
like banged up.
we're not doing this again.
You're not even in the
Reuben,
room
we're
with
not
the
doing
code
this
machine.
again.
You can't even stop me.
This is the half of last episode. I can stop you. Or turn off your microphone.
I just listened to the story too, so you can't reach me today. This is all part of my plot. Okay, I do have one question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
I will spare you all a story about Traffic that you've already heard.
It was about the
times.
LaCroix?
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
Did you add salt?
No, I didn't add salt. I'm in a podcast closet, Reuben. It's
You just opened
sparkling
it
tar.
live on pod too, so I know that you didn't add salt. Maybe it'll be better with salt.
It could
Maybe
be
you should
better with
naturally essenced it with
I
salt.
thought tar might have some salt in it.
Oh, tar's so salty.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
As in the substance or the movie? I don't know anything about the chemical substance tar.
I don't know anything about anything. That's why I'm very confused.
Well, that's
constantly.
what makes this podcast great. You know, that's what gives us our little zhuzh.
It's just two
Our
friends
pizzazz, if you will.
sitting on other sides of the world drinking tar together. And by that, I mean one of us is drinking tar and the other one is going to pay for the medical bills.
Wait a second.
Hey, I'm doing the hard work here. I'm drinking all the tar. They got La Brea tar pits here. That's where I think that's where they source the tar.
Oh yeah, do they just scoop it up straight in the can?
Yeah.
Because naturally essence, they can't.
Well, it's got the
artificially
carbonated
create
water,
it.
so then they add the tar.
Right.
And it says
right.
berry, so I don't
Yeah,
know if
okay.
these are particularly like berry tars, like old berries that have turned into tar over time.
Yeah.
Because isn't tar old
Like fossilized
dinosaurs?
berries? I don't know.
Or like the dinosaur fossils were found in tar? I don't know. All I know, I've been to
probably one or the other of those.
I've been to the La Brea tar pits here in California. They were bits of tar. I don't know what to tell you. It looked pretty tasty. That's why I was like, oh, we'll get one of these.
Selling them on the way out.
Yeah,
at the
honestly,
gift shop.
I think
That's how they
I
get
think
you.
Big Tar is really doing a big advertising spree lately because like La Brea tar pits, like I was there, seemed really cool, really propping it up, as well as again that Cate Blanchett thing. So yeah, I think they're doing a big marketing push for tar, and it's working. I mean, once again, this is disgusting, and I hate it. But I'm drinking it. And we're talking about it, aren't we? Look,
We are talking about
we are
it.
talking about it.
But
So
what else are we going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about what you've started.
we are going
What
to
you started.
be talking about what we've started. Should I go first? Do you want me to go first?
If you want, yeah.
Okay.
You're keen? You've got lots of started.
I am keen. Okay. So the thing that I've started is the video game Cult of the Lamb.
Oh.
Reuben,
cool.
have you heard of Cult of the Lamb?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Don't ask me any follow-up questions. That's all I know. I know that, and I know that, like, I think they built it using Unity, so when Unity did the terrible thing where they were going to charge everyone, but it was going to cost indie developers more and put them out of business, they were like, I guess we have to take the game down, or whatever. That's all I know. I know nothing about the actual game. Also, they were at PAX, maybe?
They were at PAX. They're also by a Melbourne indie developer called Massive Monster. So local indie game. They also have some offices in the UK as well. But Australian indie game. It's gotten really big when it came out. It came out in 2022. I believe in June of 2022. Oh, cool. So what this game is it's a game that I don't normally play. It is a top-down hack and slash. Half of the game's like that, and then half of the game is Animal Crossing.
Whoa.
Yes. So it's a roguelike hack and slash on one side and then Animal Crossing on the other. The game's premise...
Just a split screen where you got to play two games at once.
Yeah. It's awfully hard to control. They just have Hollow Knight on one side and then Animal Crossing on the other side, and you just have to use the dual sticks at the same time.
Yeah,
they've just got
you don't get much farming done because the other ones take so much concentration.
Yeah.
They've just got Celeste and Stardew Valley. Yes, I named two similar games. I really thought
Celeste
I was going to
succeed
there.
not a top-down or
it is neither
roguelike.
top-down nor hack and slash, but I feel like it's the same. What I'm saying is that it's hard to control it. It takes attention. I mean, maybe
so
it's
like
very
most
smooth.
video games?
Yeah, most video games, and on the other side is Stardew Valley. On one side, you're playing most video games.
You could say
that have ever
rogue.
been made.
When I said roguelike, you could have said rogue. That was an easy choice.
Maybe.
You just said the
I could
game
have said-
Rogue and Stardew Valley.
I don't know what I could have said Vampire Survivor?
No,
And on the other
I
side,
don't think so. You just naming...
Terraria? These are getting worse.
These are getting very bad. So let me tell you about the premise of this game.
Continue to tell me about this.
So the game's called Cult of the Lamb, as I mentioned, and you play as a lamb. Now, at the start of this game, I knew nothing about this game, really. I'd seen a couple of... I'd seen it around. It seemed interesting and fun. The art style seemed really good. And again, I knew it was a Melbourne indie game, so I wanted to try it out. And also, I like Animal Crossing. So, the game, you play as a lamb. This lamb is going to be slaughtered as a what is that? Not a sacrifice. What's that called when they do like
a sacrifice.
A sacrifice. A sacrificial lamb gonna be slaughtered because I don't know. These evil. There are these like 4 evil beings that sort of run the main religion thing of this world, I guess. And they're like, cool, it's time to sacrifice our sacrificial lamb. Also, this lamb is prophesized to become the next head of this cult that's been around for a while. This cult of like basically the devil. Which is
different to the religion.
Yeah, different to the religion.
Yeah.
So they're like, cool, they're the enemy of us. We're going to kill this lamb so that this lamb can't become the new head of this cult. So they kill the lamb, and then you as the lamb, you rock up basically in hell, and then the devil, evil monster is like...
also, you get murdered.
Yeah, you get murdered straight away.
Oh, damn.
The lamb gets sacrificed.
Yeah, right. I thought this was going to be like a Binding of Isaac vibe, where it's like, don't get sacrificed.
No, you immediately get sacrificed. And so it's called like, it's not He Who Remains, that's the guy in Loki. It's like it's like he who lives with under the world and is the devil, basically. So that guy, cool. You meet him immediately, and he's like, they thought they were going, keeping you away from me by getting killed, but actually, because I'm in hell, they brought you right to me. Anyway.
That makes a lot of sense.
I'm going to give you life. Wait,
does the lamb go to hell because it did something wrong?
No, it's just a regular lamb.
Okay.
They got sacrificed because they were they needed to do a sacrifice. Damn. So he's like, I'm going to give you life again, but you've got to run this cult for me. So you get brought back to life, and then you're a lamb starting a cult. So the way the game works is you have roguelike sections where there are different like biomes. There are 4 biomes that are based off the these 4 guys of the like other religion that they're like a see no evil, hear no evil. Like one of them has like their eyes out, the other one has their ears out. One of them has, I think, their hands gone because they do no evil.
You said there's 4 of them?
Yeah. See no evil.
What's the last one?
See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, and then do no evil.
Oh, do.
I think that's it. So
that makes sense.
you go through these roguelike sections, new randomly generated levels each time, hacking through enemies to get to one of the final bosses. That's that part of it, and you have randomly set up weapons at the start of each level, each run through, and you might get new weapons as you go through the level, but that's really fun. You know, nice hack and slash stuff. I'm not used to that, but it was good. I enjoyed that bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the...
After playing Bloodborne, is every video game really easy? And you're like, oh, this isn't even hard.
I did start this game on hard and had to drop it down to normal. There was...
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
I know. I was...
Imagine not playing on the hardest difficulty with no heads-up display.
I bought this game on the... at the airport because I wanted to play it on the flight to the US. And on the plane, I was just chugging away at it. I must have played like, a good 7 hours of it, probably.
Is it on the Switch?
Yeah, it's on the Switch. I've got it on the Switch.
Yeah.
No, I just brought my whole PS5. Just like
I don't know. I
took apart the TV at the back of the headrest in front of me.
Or something. Yeah.
Just wired it in.
Yeah, plug it straight.
No,
in.
it's on the Switch, so that's great, easy to take around. So I played it for a long time, and I was getting stuck on this one boss, and I was like, you know what, if I'm going to be sitting here on a plane, I want to be able to get through some of this game. So
I feel like the opposite is true. I feel like the only time that I would even vaguely consider not changing the difficulty to get past a boss is on a many-hour plane flight. Because I'd be like, oh, fine. What else am I doing?
I spent at least an hour on this one boss.
Okay, no.
An hour to an hour and a half. So I was also like, fuck that. So the other section of this game is Animal Crossing vibe. So you're given this big area and you're there to set up a cult. So along your adventures and your journeys where you are going to travel to fight these bosses, you pick up people who have been kidnapped, they're all animals. So other animals that might be sacrificed and things like that, and you bring them into your cult. So they show up on your little area and then you indoctrinate them into the cult. And there is so much to do in this area. I've been setting up, you have to set up beds for them to sleep in. You set up a big shrine church thing where you can perform sermons, which when these animals pray, you get their belief point things. And so the more that they are in your cult, in it and believe in it, the more points you get and the more you can upgrade yourself. And this whole time... Is
it like a resource management game? Do you have wood and stone and blankets? And
you have wood and stone, and you can refine those if you get a refinery. Also, the animals, they shit all over the place sometimes. So you have to clean that up, but then you can use that as fertilizer for crops that you're growing.
Circular economy.
You what else did I make? I made a bunch of things. Some of the animals don't believe in the cult, and so you have to re-educate them, go up to them and chat to them and turn them to your side. But if you leave them alone for too long, they'll start turning other of your animals against you.
Yeah. That's cool.
So you need to be constantly chatting to them, being like, hey, we're doing good here. This is a nice life that we have here, isn't it? Just standing by a shrine all day and praying to me. You can also perform sacrifices and kill some of your people.
Oh my God.
Which he who is under the ground and is basically in hell tells you at one point, he's like, dude, these people are here for you, but you need to take advantage of that. If you kill them, you will get more power. So kill a few every once in a while. And you're this cute little lamb. So it's really funny running around as this cute little lamb. And then when you perform sermons and create new doctrine, I don't know what it's called. Doctrines. You start floating and your eyes glow red and all the whole color changes. It's great. I've there was one person who was brought into my like little camp who wasn't really for the cult. And so I was like, well, shit, how do I do that? I tried to re-educate them, but it was taking a while because everyone has their own belief meter and they all have their own like friendships and stuff like that. So I was like, shit, I need to get this person on my you know, be part of the cult, because currently he's running around chatting to people and I can't have that. I cannot have a coup in this cult. I need these people believing in me so I can get more power. So I can do more like fuck shit. So what I did is I got the resources. I used the like belief points that people had from praying at the shrine to unlock a what is it? One of those like old Victorian things where it's 2 bits of wood with 3 holes, one for a head, 2 for hands.
Oh, stocks.
Stocks. Yeah. I built one of those. And then just chucked this animal in there. And he still might be sitting there. The game works on a day-night cycle, so like you go through multiple days of having a cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still might be sitting there.
Is it? Is it funny? Because like it sounds funny.
Yes.
Like it sounds like it's poking fun of kind of these structures and sounds goofy.
It's goofy, but then it's also it's like, hey, you're gonna run a cult, and then so you enjoy the fun of that and get to sort of indulge in the I don't know, ridiculousness of running a cult. So and then people will go up to him and like throw stuff and like be like, haha, this guy's in. Look at this loser. But also like, oh shit, if I start going against this cult, that's going to be me in one of these stocks. Yeah. So you're also instilling some fear. You get to choose sometimes whether you want to, like with new doctrines, if you're going to choose one that like, I don't know, that benefits the people in the cult or instills fear in them. Both have their own, benefits and drawbacks.
Episode 17, Jett discovers fascism.
It's great. It's been a great fascist time, honestly. I'm loving it.
Oh, good.
It's really, really fun. Yeah. Gosh.
And then, so what's the hack and slash? What are you hacking and slashing?
Yeah, hacking and slashing just enemies. Like there's toad things that jump around. Each of them have their own sort of way of attacking. Like the toads, when they jump and land, that's when they hit you. Other things shoot things at you. Other things run up and attack you. But when you're...
And conceptually, is that like around the village, or you're like going on like a quest?
You're going on quest, yeah.
What is happening?
So you have the village, and then you'll head off and choose to go on a quest to like a specific biome of one of the 4 evil guys. Yeah. And then so those, it's like 9 rooms or something that are generated that you'll run through. So you run through each room. Some rooms are just fighting other people. Some rooms there are rooms with people with tarot cards. So the tarot cards will give you abilities like, okay, you get an extra life for this round, so an extra heart will be added. Some of them is like you have 10% extra chance of getting a critical hit. And that's all for just that run. So if you die and get sent back to like the... I
was going to say, it sounds very roguelike.
It is a roguelike. It is... Some would say it's similar to like a Celeste or a
I would
vampire
say
survivor.
Like the game Rogue. Like I feel like if you're looking for one.
Nah, it doesn't make much sense.
The game Rogue is a good example.
No, doesn't check out.
Agree to disagree.
Okay, we can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But it's like that, and it's pretty fun. Also, like there are different paths, so each level there's you go through like a bunch of different rooms, and then you'll get to choose whether you want to go on a path that has like a store, or a path that has an extra villager person that you could pick up, or a path that is has a forest so you can get more wood on your journey. Yeah. And all of those like lead
nice.
to like a final, like a boss. Yeah.
Also,
when you're in the farm, I just recently set up like a missionary station, so I can send some of my villagers off to just like there's an 87% chance they'll come back with like 50 wood. So I'm like, all right, see you later.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. They also age, so a couple of them...
I thought you were going to say like 50 followers, and I'm like, my God, they're good.
No, they get 1 or 2 followers. There are a couple of where you can get a couple of followers. There's... oh, gosh. There's something else. There's... I don't know. It's good. There's a lot of stuff about the game. I'm enjoying it. I've been playing a bunch of it. I love being a lamb that's just running a cult. Cults seem like fun. I'm enjoying them lately. I chatted to some people the other day on in downtown LA. They have this thing called Scientology. I was thinking of checking that out. It seemed very similar.
Oh, cool.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. They seem like it'd be nice. They said they'd take your money, but like you can. It seems like I could do a lot of things that the followers do in the game, like pray to stuff and like go on little missions. Shit in the woods. Have someone clean it up for me. Just lay in a bed of sticks. I don't know. Have my life force sucked out. You know, occasionally do a bit of a sacrifice of a fellow friend that I've been friends with for like 7 years. You know.
You could marry Nicole Kidman for a bit.
Oh, could I?
Oh, I don't know. I hear that's what Scientologists do.
Okay, cool. Can I do that in the game Cult of the Lamb too?
Don't know. You told me.
Oh, you can actually name your followers.
Maybe you haven't got there yet.
So you can name your followers.
So you're good.
Yeah, and you can change their appearance. They'll have a bunch of different colors you can choose from. You can choose like what sort of animal.
That's terrifying in the context of the game. Hey, pray to me. Also, you have pink hair.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's fun. There's a lot of customization stuff. You can name your cult, which is fun. So by default, it's called.
Have you named your cult?
Yeah. I have this thing where I like in Animal Crossing when I started that up. You have to name your island. I called it Feathertop, which is the name of a mountain in the Alpine Ranges of Victoria. So I did the same thing with Cult of the Lamb, where I named it after Mount Bogong. So it's Bogongism, which is fun. So every time you like land back in your cult area, it has it in like this evil red writing that sort of comes in and fades away, and it's just like Bogongism.
That's so good.
I love it. It's great. It's a good game. I highly recommend it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, you should give it a play. It's on all platforms, I believe. It's on Switch. It's on PlayStation.
Is it on Netflix games on my mobile phone?
I can find out. Do you want to stall for time while I figure out what platforms it's on?
I'm happy to be stolen for time. Stolen for time. Stolen for time because Jett is still looking at their phone. This song is much less fun when you are singing alone.
Okay, that was nice. Good job.
Thank you.
Was dope.
Thank you. I was very proud
It's
of
on
that.
Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Mac OS, Microsoft Windows, Xbox Series X and Series S. I am not seeing it on Netflix games, so sorry about that, Reuben.
That's fine.
You can play it on the PlayStation.
That's true. But can I play it on the PlayStation 3, the console that all the best games came out on, allegedly?
Oh, like Lego Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
No, you can't play it on that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Can I play Lego Pirates of the Caribbean on that, though?
Yeah. You can play right now if you want. It's less fun with one player. One player.
Actually, you know what? I'm cancelling the podcast. That's it. I'm just going to go.
Go enjoy Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. Tell me when you get Blackbeard.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm back and I got Blackbeard.
Oh, fucker. How dare you? No, I'd recommend this game to anyone who liked Animal Crossing, to be honest. I mean, that's the thing that I connected the most with, and so transitioning over to this where it had the extra combat,
Animal Crossing, famously just a nice, peaceful time doing nice things and not thinking about anything in the world.
Yeah, it's literally Animal Crossing, like city management stuff, but it's a cult. It's brilliant. But I had that to be like, cool, I feel comfortable with this, and it's really engaging. It keeps you going. There's always something to do.
You're telling me that Animal Crossing is not a cult? Here's an egg. Oh my god, I'm your best friend. That seems like there's a power dynamic at play there.
Less cult, more like capitalism accentrified, you know? Like,
oh yeah,
Tom Nook's stealing all your money.
There's a lot of similarities when you think about it.
There's a lot. There's Is Scientology just capitalism?
Oh, big time.
Okay, great. Good to know. Apparently I can buy into marrying Nicole Kidman, so that's nice, I guess.
Apparently. Yeah.
So yeah, if you like Animal Crossing, give it a shot. The combat's pretty simple, especially if you chuck it down a couple of difficulty settings. But it also gets you into that sort of hack and slash roguelike, which is once again something I haven't really engaged with before, but am really enjoying. Every part of the game has been really, really enjoyable. Playing it on Switch, there are a couple of frame rate drops, which are a bit annoying. But besides that, I mean, also artistically, the game is gorgeous. So highly recommend at least starting it. Like, give it a go. If someone you know has it, give it a shot. I don't think there's any demos for it, but yeah, play it. That's my start at it.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Reuben,
Nice.
what have you started?
Tell me. I have started.
Wait.
Watching.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
No, I was going to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I was going to guess what your
can
started
interrupt
it is.
Okay.
But
Okay. I know what you're going to guess.
do you?
Do you know what I know that you're going to guess that I've started?
I don't know what you're going to guess what I've guessed, what you've started, what I've... No.
No, I feel like you do. I feel like...
If the thing
how do we
is,
do this?
if I predict you're started it, which I now know is not what you're going to say you're started it is, then it might derail your started it, and you don't get to talk about whatever you're choosing to talk about now.
It won't derail it. I'll just say, no, that's not my started it, and move on to my real started it, and not be
Reuben, have you
distracted.
started Jedi Fallen Over 2?
No.
You liar. You absolute liar.
I mean, it's not that I haven't started. It's more
Yes, I freaking knew it. As soon as I left, I was like, Reuben's gonna start that goddamn game. I knew it.
Obviously.
And you didn't tell me.
It was the only
You
way
waited
to
until
do it.
I've
Of
left
course
the
not.
country before you finally caved.
Of course.
Finally caved.
Of course.
And got Fallen Over 2.
Yeah,
How dare
although
you.
I was waiting for it to be cheap, and I was waiting for you to go away, and they both happened at the same time, which was nice.
Okay. Were you planning on waiting it like I come back and you're like, hey Jett, guess what I've finished? I've finished this game.
That would be ideal, but when it became apparent that I was going to be away for a couple of weeks, I was like, I just don't think there's the time.
Good.
So I don't think I'll be done by the time you get
Do you know how I found out?
You probably tried to... two guesses. Either you checked like the PlayStation app to spy on me, or like you tried to play something by remote play and I was using the PlayStation.
No, I was just on the PlayStation app and I was like, I wonder what Reuben's playing at the moment. Oh, wait a second. I had a whole moment where I was like, that's not the first game. No, Reuben's just playing the first game. No, Reuben's caved and bought Jedi Survivor 2, which is ridiculous because as we both agreed, you'd play Jack 3 before Jedi Survivor. Jedi Survivor?
I never agreed to that.
Yeah. Okay, so you're not talking about Jedi Fallen Over 2, Survivor?
No, that's not my started it.
Okay, what's your started it?
My started it is watching Melbourne train YouTube.
This train not taking passengers.
What the... Yep. Okay.
So I watch a fair bit of news. Like I consume a fair bit of news content.
Congratulations.
Right. That's something that I do in my fun spare time because I'm a fun, cool
Do you want a
person.
trophy? Do you want a trophy for being a regular adult who
For being
bears...
tall, and every tree and every building would have a trophy? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, that.
Sorry, the ghost of Bo Burnham just possessed me for a second, but
But
I'm
the
back.
ghost of... Is he dead?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's concerning.
No, he just... Is it?
Yeah, because...
Wait, that's mean. Yeah, that would be concerning.
No, I'd be fine if Bo
like
Burnham
Bo
died. That's
Burnham.
fine. I don't care.
Be fine. Be fine.
Okay, so...
He's achieved more already than most people ever will, so he's done, right? He can check
Yeah,
out.
I reckon so. So tell me about...
But in the last, month or so, the news has just been It's just been all bad news all the time, and I know that that's, always
Has it been?
true, and I know that that's...
Has it been?
Yes.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
to be fair,
And I know that
I
that's,
haven't been paying attention to any of the news. I would like to point out,
I feel like...
I'm not a person who is
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to look at the news. I don't care.
Yes.
It's all
Yeah.
politics and I'm going to abstain from this and I'm just going to, gosh, it's
You're
all
just a lazy
Yeah, no,
motherfucker.
I'm just lazy. I don't check it. I'm not against checking it. I will make fun of you if you're like, I'm an adult and I look at the news every day. Look at me
Yeah.
being educated. Good for you, Reuben. But
Well, but wait, there's more.
okay, continue.
As in, there's less news in my life now.
Okay.
It was reaching a point where it was not helpful for me, which is a thing that lots of people have reached this point. But the thing that was easiest to fall into on YouTube instead of news turned out to be Melbourne public transport content made by bloggers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so now I watch a bunch of that.
So by public
And so I
transport
just want-
content, can you be more specific?
Of course I can be more specific. What do you take me for? An amateur? Jeez. I thought I would just give like a little overview. Like if anyone out there wants some not news content that is just completely like, don't think about anything. Just a person who's passionate about something talking about it. You could start here. Here are some cool things. So I'm just going to list a few.
Wait, can we make this? Can you turn this into a
best-
game? We haven't had a game on the podcast recently. Could you turn this into a
Can
game?
I turn this into a game?
Yeah. I mean, I just had a spiel with my start at it. I just talked about, I was just info dumping Cult of the Lamb.
The problem with the games and the quizzes is that they work best when one of us knows a lot about something, one of us knows not much.
Well, you've been like,
But this is going to be so specific that you're not going to just know not much. You're going to have no frame of
I
reference
think you
for what I'm
should
talking
test
about.
me because honestly, okay,
I should quiz you?
Look, I've got a confession to make. Are you ready for this confession? It's gonna blow your socks off.
I'm ready.
See your socks?
Yeah.
No, don't, because they're being blown off.
it's-
I also
Oh my
watch
God.
Melbourne train content
Okay,
on
what the
YouTube.
fuck?
Yeah, it's been something that I've been
Okay.
indulging with for a while. I was
Really?
gonna hold
Okay.
back. I was gonna
That's your secret little hobby.
I was going to
Okay,
critique
great.
you at the end, be like, hey, Reuben, you're a freaking amateur. I've been doing this for years.
Mhm.
But I'm going to reveal it now so that you have a chance to quiz me. Also, I realize that this is probably a
cool.
bad idea because I am really scared now after I've hyped myself up as a champion of Melbourne
Big
tram
secret train
content.
fan.
Yeah.
Okay. So for your first, luckily I have some proper notes written down this week so I can make some proper quiz questions. So, your first question is like it's not like correct or incorrect, but like what's your vibe on this? Because I think we will agree as people who both watch a lot of this stuff. I'm going to list 3 channels and I just want you to say like which one is like the most like attuned to like politics or how politics affects the railways, and which one is like the least worried about that and the most purely interested in just like the trains and the tracks.
Yeah. Okay.
So we've got Tate Set, City Moose, and Metro Man Melbourne.
Okay.
So like where do they fall?
Metro Man
Which
Melbourne
one?
is going to be the least interested in politics. Tate Set was the first one.
Yeah.
Is this
Tate Set,
is this
City
Andrew
Moose.
Tate's spin-off channel specifically about?
Fortunately not. Tate Set hasn't done a face reveal.
Okay,
so
I'm going to put Tate Set at the top. I feel like
Okay.
very interested in the politics and criticizing them, and also trying to like get out of paying taxes. And trains are really fast. That guy's constantly on the run from people. Tate Set's going to be up the top. What was it? What's the one in the middle?
So we got City Moose.
City Moose is going to be
yet.
middle of the. Look, it's a half and half channel. Half of it's about city stuff. The other half is about chocolate mousse.
Moose.
Chocolate mousse. Just,
Moose.
yeah. No. You thought like mousse is in the animal, right?
I thought moose.
No.
Correct.
Half of it's eating
cool.
chocolate mousse. Occasionally, they combine them. Going on a city train and eating chocolate mousse, seeing how that works. Honestly, mousse is generally pretty thick.
Sounds delicious.
It's eatable, but when you're on a really rocky train and you have really liquidy, watery mousse, not a good combo.
Oh no!
get on a
You gotta
pants,
have
looks like
good
you've shit
mousse
yourself.
and a smooth train.
Yeah. You don't want
You can't
smooth
have one of those-
mousse in a thick train.
No, you kind of one of those like Commons trains because they rattle and rock a heap. You want one of those sweet H264s. Anyway, okay, great. I would completely disagree with your analysis, but I love your contribution. My choice would have probably been Tate Set, the most pure trade nerd, and City Moose probably a bit more. They had that city on the video on the intercity rail and the airport rail and a couple of those things.
And how well you can eat mousse on each of those.
Who cancelled this
Yeah.
or whatever, and how well you can eat mousse on the train lines that don't exist. So that would have been my choice, but that's fine. Let's move to the next one. The independent doco by Metro Man Melbourne V-Line Transporting Victoria, which covers like the history of rail in the regional areas from like, I think technically it starts in like the 1920s, but like from 1950 to like today. How many episodes is that?
At least. Ooh, good question. I'm gonna say 23.
They're all like 15, 20
23.
minutes. Yeah. No, it's 6 episodes. What are you gonna talk about? 20?
You clearly haven't watched the secret episodes. They're unlisted. You need to be on.
They're unlisted videos.
Yeah.
God,
you need to be on the Patreon for those.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I'm honestly ashamed and saddened that you have revealed the fact that I did not subscribe to these channels on Patreon.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up of you.
Devastated. Okay, Tate Set's got a video where they talk about the Hurstbridge line for a number of minutes, and the title of the video is like a video where I talk about the Hurstbridge line for blank minutes. Vaguely how long is it? You don't have to know the exact number of minutes, but like, how long is this
26
video about
minutes.
One train line? It's 40 minutes.
Fuck.
Of course it's more than 26 minutes, you absolute fool. It's 40 minutes. It's in the title. Honestly.
I haven't watched that one in a while since it came out.
You haven't watched
all
that
them
one in a
blur
while because
together.
you're still working through all
the Patreon episodes.
Beeline, Transporting Victoria, yeah. Last question. There's a video on a runaway train, which is, I think, that's also on Tate Set's channel.
Yeah.
What it's called, like the blank runaway train. Like what line was that on, or if you got any other interesting facts you remember about the runaway train, like tell me about it.
It's the prostitution ring runaway train that I took to escape from the police because they were hunting me down. That's why they call it the runaway train, because I was running away. I was on the run.
Wow, fascinating answer. I would love to hear more about this.
Oh, yeah, well, it's
also, it's Broadmeadows. It's the Broadmeadows runaway train.
Where'd the train run away to? Romania? I'm sorry, am I digging into this Andrew Tate train thing too hard?
Look,
I have very surface level on Andrew Tate.
I was going to say, I have very little knowledge.
Great.
I knew the running away,
I've actually been watching Andrew Tate videos for years, so this is my confession that I've been...
Are you on the Patreon?
I'm on the Patreon.
You've seen all 23 episodes.
I've seen all 23 episodes on the runaway train. The police are after me. I've got to run away while tweeting at Greta Thunberg, who's going to get me arrested for my pizza. Is this still flying over your head?
Wild. I knew the Romania bit. Everything after that has been gibberish.
Perfect. Excellent.
So that's fun. No, well, the runaway train, you said, where did it run away to? Romania or whatever. No, they had to, park it in Southern Cross, and they had to, crash it, basically.
Wait.
They had to deliberately crash it in a quiet spot.
Wait, it was parked in Southern Cross, so it's not going anywhere.
No, it was parked at Broadmeadows.
Oh. They crashed it in
but
Southern
it wasn't
Cross?
Parked.
Did someone leave it in neutral and it just rolled down?
Literally that.
Really?
That is exactly what happened.
Someone left the train in neutral.
There's this fascinating thing, right, where they have this little lever on the bottom of the trains, which whenever the train is on is pushed down, and then periodically on the tracks there's a little I guess a tiny little pole, a few centimeters tall.
Yeah.
And if the train clips that when the brakes aren't on, it will apply the brake so that it stops a runaway train.
Yeah.
But that's only if the train is. It's only if the train is basically if the train is off, but this train was on, but the engine brake was off, or something. You know, for some those levers weren't down, and so they didn't automatically stop it. It's terrifying. Yeah. It went real fast.
How fast?
Just rolled downhill.
Yeah, but how fast?
Oh,
this is a quiz for you.
You're asking me a question. Oh no, this is a quiz.
How fast?
I think they said it clocked 105.
105. Hold on. Stall for time for me. Stall for time for me. I need to be stalled for time.
It's your
Stolen for time. Stolen for time. Stolen for time. I'm trying to type in Google and talk now as I'm stalling for time, and it's really difficult. I just wrote, how fast did the Broadmeadows fast go? Train, run away. Andrew Tate.
It might have been 140.
Fast go.
I know the speed limit was 80, if that helps.
Okay, here we go.
So it was
I found it. It ran for almost 17 kilometers, which is 11 miles for those American folks out there. How fast did it
The
go?
ones outside the podcast closet?
Yeah, the ones directly outside the podcast closet who are listening
That
in.
was either 105 or 140. I do not remember.
I'm trying to find it. Can't find it.
I will get back to you. That will be my following up next week.
Okay, great. Good to know. Brilliant.
I'll write that down right now so that I don't forget. Because if I'm wrong, everyone deserves to know.
How did I do on the quiz, by the way?
0 out of 4.
Perfect. That's what I was expecting. That's honestly better than I was expecting. Well, I'm glad I got 0 on that quiz. I'm pretty proud of that. You know what? You know.
Yeah.
You can't get 0 on a quiz without knowing all of the answers, because you have to deliberately. Like
if you knew nothing, you would have probably accidentally hit
exactly.
1.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, just to be clear, if you knew nothing and still got 0, that would be like hugely embarrassing.
Incredibly embarrassing.
But because you know things about it and you deliberately got them all wrong.
Yeah.
Appreciate you doing that, by the way, making me feel all right about myself.
No problem. I wanted to bolster you up a
Despite
little.
the fact that I don't remember the max speed of the Broadmeadows Runaway Train, which honestly...
Kind of embarrassing.
I'm feeling a lot of shame.
Yeah, you should.
I'm going to check immediately after the podcast.
See, I have a lot of things
because I feel real
to
bad.
feel ashamed about here with my answers. So it's sort of equaled out.
I
I
reckon.
don't have a specific point to direct my shame to.
Really? Not the bit where you said you're subscribed to Andrew Tate's Patreon?
No, I feel pretty
like that bits.
just a little disclaimer here, just on the side. I do not subscribe to Andrew Tate's Patreon. I'd hope I'd made that obvious, but just to nail that down. Anyways, I don't even know if
nail it down. I can nail down the answers to those.
I did
questions.
nail down the answers. I did. It's true. I do. No joke though. I do watch some Melbourne train content. There's one that compares like the trains in Canada to the ones in Melbourne. How?
Oh, can you send that to
you?
me?
I can send that to you. Sure thing. It's how Canada and Australia and Melbourne specifically have like mastered doing public transport right. So that's fun. Watch a couple of
the biggest thing I've learned is like I learned about the privatization, like when Melbourne split the system into 2 and sold them to different companies and how everything was terrible.
Oh.
So that's been interesting. And, a few different people have different perspectives on it, but that's been really cool.
See, a lot of the train content that I've watched is like about new trains coming out and how they compare to the old ones and where we're getting our trains from.
New trams coming,
like a lot of the ones, like we make a lot of the trains here, but the designs are the same that have been, like, they've been engineered and designed in another place. So we'll have like the same trains as another country does, but that we'll be specifically making them here. So yeah, I like the new trains.
I watched a video about how the free tram zone might be bad.
Oh, okay.
Which was interesting. Yeah.
Is that maybe, are they not earning money on it? Is that why?
I mean, they would be not earning money on it, but that wasn't why.
Well, yeah, it's free.
It was more about the way it changes, like, it changes the behavior of people. So, like, instead of walking, sometimes people take the free tram zone, which is fine, except when there's a bunch of commuters trying to get home, and then suddenly it's, like, full of tourists and people getting around the city and a couple of other things that were more well put together than that. But it was interesting.
Honestly, after my time spent in LA over the past 5 or so days, you're nitpicking. You're nitpicking at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, I did have.
We have trams. Crazy.
I had an experience with trains here in LA. Do you want to hear about it?
Oh yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Did you go on Elon Musk's secret underground car transporter that's just a train?
No, I didn't do that. But I was on a highway. Right? I was on a highway.
Oh boy!
This is not a surprising thing. There are a billion highways here. Seeing like overpasses and interchanges.
How many lanes?
I don't know.
How many lanes?
At least like 6. At least 6, maybe 8. But we're on one highway, and then there was another highway like 100 feet above us going in a different way, and like big swirly doos. But we're on this one highway, and we're like, okay, we're on a highway, whatever. And I look to my left out the window, and I see a train. I see a train on the highway.
Whoa!
In the middle of the highway.
Like a bus?
No, like a train. Not a bus. A train. They've taken the middle 2 lanes of the highway where the opposing lanes would go, and they put train tracks there on the highway.
That's cool. I love that.
The interesting story about this is when America, the big road build, which was very much lobbied for by the oil and the rubber industry and the car manufacturing industry, be like, hey, we want Americans.
So by big traffic.
By big traffic.
Big traffic and friends.
Big traffic and friends, which includes big oil.
Big oil. Yeah.
They were like, okay, cool. We want to, make Americans buy cars. So America had trains, quite a few of them. Even Los Angeles had quite a few trains. They actually had trams or trolleys, as they call them here. They had quite a few of them. But what they did...
Just a bunch of shopping trolleys on rails. Two-person max per trolley, just down the hills. Oh my God!
All the trolleys have one, fucked wheel still. So it'll start, skidding a little bit.
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah.
To be fair, that would be...
that baby seat.
That would be less deadly than the highways here still. God, people drive. Oh, it's terrifying. So when they started building the highways, what they did is they actually replaced the train lines and built highways there. So the pre-existing train lines are replaced with highways.
That's ridiculous.
And now that they're like, oh, maybe we do need some public transport, they've started putting trains on the highways.
That's fantastic.
It was such a weird sight to see, because unlike in Australia where we do have roads that trains go along past. This was on a highway overpass, so it was raised above all the houses, the whole area, and there was a train going with us. Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
It's a fun train fact. So
I was going to say, we've got some down St Kilda, Caulfield way. We've got that one where there's the road going one way and then two train tracks in the middle. Oh no, that's trams.
Those are trams.
That's separated trams. Yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's fun and wild.
Yeah, really fun and wild. Yeah. So who would you recommend doing a train YouTube deep dive to?
Oh, anyone. Just start and you'll be, your YouTube algorithm will go, oh, you want this? And if you say yes just once or twice, then you're set. You can just coast through. It's all great stuff.
Would you recommend replacing the news with it?
Big time. Big time.
Yeah.
I now know a bit about signalling. The Victorian signalling system is cursed, but there's a couple of tricks that you can use to know. Sometimes you're at a train station and the display's showing just disruption or there are no announcements. Sometimes you can use the signals to know where the trains are. So that's cool. So basically, if you live in Melbourne, this is for you.
Okay.
If you don't live in Melbourne, I don't know, find the one for your city, I guess. But also, we have fascinating and cool transport. So, Melbourne's one of the good ones, I reckon.
Brilliant. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Should you start it? Absolutely.
I reckon I'm gonna start doing more. I'll start telling other people about it, because so far I've been keeping all this knowledge to myself. I think I should start sharing it with people.
I reckon you should.
Yeah. Do you want to hear about my finished it?
I would love to hear about your finished it.
Okay. The thing that I finished is taking a flight to America.
I hopped up the plane at LAX with a dream, my cardigan.
Oh my God. We already heard about
No,
this.
you didn't.
You spent an hour on the bus or whatever.
No, what? I didn't.
You spent an hour on the bus in Cult of the Lamb or whatever.
Oh,
you played Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah, I played Cult of the Lamb. That was part of the flight. I thought I should run down my.
You're coming on the damn
No, I thought I should give you a little rundown of the flight. I don't know what that was.
Did it go terribly wrong?
Vaguely.
Yes or no? Did it go terribly?
It didn't go.
Great, then I'm in. If you said no, I would have been like, I don't care. This is worse than traffic.
So it didn't go terribly wrong, but things did go wrong.
Did you have to park at Bunnings? Okay.
No, I didn't have to park at Bunnings. I didn't have to park at all.
Okay.
So
just to be clear, my experience was worse than yours, but please go ahead.
Yeah, you didn't have passport issues.
Oh no.
So I'd like to preface this by saying I've been taking this this getaway very, very chill so far. I've really not been stressing about anything. I've just been taking it day by day, whatever I want to do, just vibing with it. Haven't had any set deadlines for anything. This included packing and prepping for the flight. which meant I got everything in my suitcase. I packed probably less than I should have. Also, what I was packing was a bunch of copies of Wrong Answers Only for family. About a third of my suitcase was Wrong Answers Only copies. Made the suitcase weigh quite a lot. That was interesting. But on the morning of the flight to get to the airport, Reuben, you were going to take me to the airport.
Sure was.
You were going to take me to the airport.
Boy. Oh no. Oh
My
boy.
flight was at 10:30. 10:30 in the morning, which meant I need to be there
So I
about
said,
2.5 hours
departure
early.
Yeah.
Now, Reuben,
Yeah.
what time did you say we had to leave?
We have to leave the house at 5:40 a.m.
There's no fucking way I'm leaving the house at 5. I would be there 4 hours early. I have to be on the plane for 14 hours. That's gonna make gonna make it an 18-hour trip. No way. I'm not sitting down for 18 hours. So, what I did instead, I said, Reuben, you go on.
You could walk it to the airport.
I'm just gonna get an Uber. I was like, you know what? It's 30 minutes. It's like 28 bucks.
I said, all right.
I can do that. That's fine. It'll be
I
comfortable.
said, all right. If you don't want to use my services, I'm not gonna make you. But you come here on the day my door's working. I haven't seen The Godfather, by the way.
I haven't seen it either.
I make this reference all the time. I never know what the context is. So if that's bad for some reason, I'm sorry, everyone. Anyway,
I think
continue with
there's
your
no
story.
way it's good. I'd like to point out that there's no way that that's a good impression.
Oh, no, not the quality of the impression. We all know that's terrible. I just mean, like,
It could be
I don't know what
racism?
that's referring to. Like, does he do a murder? Does he do a racism? I don't know. Probably a murder, but maybe also a racist murder. I'm not sure.
No, I was going to say you're doing a racism, but you're Italian and he's Italian.
Me to Italian? No.
Okay, it's fine.
No, not worried about that.
Okay, good. Where was I at? I took an Uber to the airport.
Uber.
I got to the airport.
Oh, so that bit was fine.
That bit was fine. I booked it. I pre-booked it in advance. That was the only pre-booking I did. I know.
Except for the flight.
Oh well, yeah. That was also that was also pre-booked.
What do you mean? Wow.
That was also pre-booked. So I got there, plenty of time. I went through to check in my stuff. I had to weigh my bag. The limit was 22 kilos. I put my bag on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was 21.5 kilos. I realized, so my plan was, I was like, I'm going to stuff this bag with games so I can give them to my family. It's fine. Reuben's going to take me to the airport. If I'm over, I'll just give some games to Reuben.
Just leave something with them.
I realized as I was going into the airport, shit, if I'm over, I don't have anything to do. I just bin stuff, I guess.
Yeah, post it home. We had to do that once.
Post it from the airport?
Yeah, apparently,
That's terrible.
Yeah.
No, so I was like, I hope it
would not
works.
want to do that.
I was 0.5 kilos under. Great, fantastic.
Amazing. And you hadn't weighed that at all,
No.
or thought about it at all.
No.
That's so good.
Did not think about it. That worked. Went to the check-in. I checked in. There was a little issue there. I can't remember what that was. But that worked out. I think it was because I have 2 passports, an Australian and an American one. They had to link them or something. They're like, you've linked this, right? And I'm like, no, I haven't linked it. They're like, okay, well, we'll link it for you. Just like,
I packed last night. What are you talking
legitimately. So did that. Then went in through the international departures. Like, cool.
about? Wait, I've got it. Sorry to interrupt. I figured out what the joke should have been this whole time. You come here on the day of my cousin's wedding because it's your cousin who's getting
my
that.
cousin's
Like,
getting. I don't know.
Okay, I fixed it. I fixed the
I
joke.
thought you were. I thought
Please,
you were
continue
doing
with
that
the
joke
story.
because it was a wedding. I thought that's what you were.
No, hadn't thought about it a single time.
My God.
I just did that joke because we kept gesturing on the video call.
So
Please continue with your story.
went through departures. Through departures, there's basically a mall for like all the duty free stuff. I was like, cool. I saw some plugs for like American to Australian adapter, whatever. I was like, oh yeah, I don't have one of those yet. I'll grab one of those. It's $12. I bought one. And I was like, I'll keep the receipt because I might return it on the way
Let's hope
back.
This doesn't weigh 501 grams.
Well, I was like, I'll
return it on the way
yeah.
back.
Well, I kept the receipt because I was like, it's a like a plastic thing that I could package back up and just return.
I love that you treat every shop as a library.
Yeah.
You're like, I can just bring it back.
Okay, this is a secret. Listen up. Nobody tell anyone. Some of the stuff that I use for packs for the store. I bought some stuff from Kmart, like a box thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I need to pause for something. We're on a Discord call.
There's a ghostly presence in the Zoom
I gave a
call,
thumbs
in the
up,
Discord call.
I think, and then Discord started doing a weird thumbs up overlay. That was terrifying.
But also it was in a thought bubble and as if it was coming from your microphone.
And now I'm doing thumbs up and it's not showing it.
And it's giving you nothing. That was terrifying.
Yeah, that's very weird. Anyways, I'm gonna...
What was that?
I don't know. Let me continue my story. So yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to be sticking my thumbs up. You continue.
Really? I'm glad you approve of the story. So a couple of things for the stall at PAX. I bought stuff from Kmart specifically for me to use for the weekend and then return it the next week. So that's what I did. A few of those things, like a shelf and things. It's a big hack. If you have like an event on, just keep everything nice. Don't scuff anything up. And then just like return it when you're done from it. Reuben's doing a bunch of different he's licking the mic now. He's trying to get Discord to do something and it's not working. Stop licking the mic. He's opening his mouth. He's showing his elbows. Reuben, you're very distracting. I have a long story to tell here.
Oh no, is it long?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I was trying to help you pad it out,
No.
but I'm gonna shut up if it's long. Okay, all right.
So yeah, my life hack is for anyone and everyone listening, treat every store like a library. If you're planning on using things just once or twice, buy it, keep the receipt, return it. So that's what I did with this plug. I bought it, kept the receipt. I'm planning on returning it once I get back from the airport in Australia. I bought that. I was like, yeah, I do need one of these. I should have thought of that. Then waited for my flight. It was delayed. Apparently the airport staff were like stuck at their hotel or something. I don't know. We got on the plane.
Stuck at their hotel?
Yeah, they were at a hotel. I don't know. They just said, look, the airport staff isn't
I
here.
can't. My foot's stuck on this rug. I just can't leave. I'm stuck in this hotel. I can't.
I can't. Honestly, I think they just...
I'm not locked in. I'm packed and ready. I've got my uniform on. I just can't move my left foot.
I don't know what this joke is. This is like a...
How are they stuck? How are you stuck in a hotel?
That's a really good point, actually. I don't know how they're stuck. Honestly, I think it was a lie.
Hotels are literally about like making it as easy. Oh, that makes sense.
I think it was a lie, because also what I saw is I did see the pilot. When I rocked up there, I was about an hour early. So when I rocked up there, I saw the pilot.
An hour? Oh, cutting it fine.
Oh, should I have been there 4 hours early?
Yeah.
I saw the pilot like leave the gate and talk to someone, and he's like, I gotta go somewhere. And they're like, yeah, it's fine. You'll be fine. You got time. And then it wasn't until when he arrived that we got to board the plane. So I think he went somewhere. I don't know if anyone was even at a hotel. I think it was just excuses, but whatever. I digress. I got on the plane. I got to, just chill. It was super easy. Every other plane trip I've had, I've been stressed. I've been like, wow, man, this is a plane trip. We're gonna go out up in the air. We're freaking out. I was like, no, I'm gonna take this one chill. So the plane ride was pretty chill. Wasn't too stressed. Also, when I started the plane ride, there were two people next to me. One of them was a Twitch streamer, like a famous Twitch streamer. I don't know who, but they had a Twitch backpack. They kept talking about how they were gonna get a bunch of money from that. You know that Twitch alternative that started? It was called Mixer. They're like, yeah, Mixer offered me like 130 grand or something to switch over to them.
Whoa.
But then I said no. Yeah.
What the
So,
what?
I don't know.
Were they talking about this to you?
No, to someone else. I was just overhearing it. I'm just a Snoopy motherfucker. So, that was interesting. They were sitting next to me, and then they had another person somewhere else. So they're like, oh, let's move to these free seats over somewhere else in the plane. So I got all 3 seats to myself for the whole plane ride. Now,
damn.
I was like, great.
What did you say? 14 hours?
Yeah, 14 hours.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous, a little self-conscious at the start of the flight. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put my stuff on the seats, and that turned into, you know what? I'm just gonna bring my knees up onto the seats. I've got shoes on. I'm not gonna put my shoes on the seats of this plane. Also, like, I don't know what the rules are. I know on trains, like, it's like there's signs saying, hey, don't put your shoes on the train. How dare you? But on the plane, I was looking around, saw no signs like that. By the end of the flight...
You're telling me you didn't take your shoes off for 14
By
hours?
the end of the flight, I had my shoes off.
Yeah.
I had a blanket that I brought out. I had my head, like, laying flat down on the seat near the window with my head under the one headrest I couldn't put up. The armrest. The rest of the armrests were up. I was, like, fully curled up, laying on these 3 seats as if it was a bed,
Love it.
sleeping. I was having a great time. I got to play a bunch of video games on the way. I watched a bunch of movies and shows. I'll talk about those on future episodes. I banked those up for later, so that's fun.
Nice.
I was having a great flight, and I slept about like 4-ish hours. Yep, wasn't too bad. Arrived at
That sounds great.
It was a really chill time.
How was the food?
I slept through one of the foods. So I got a food at the start, and I slept through the middle food, and then I got food at the end. For whatever reason, I was booked in as vegan, which was, I don't know.
That's
I got
great. Normally the more dietary requirements, the better for airplane food.
Exactly. So I got some mushrooms. I got some nice, like a Mexican bean mix. It was pretty good. I didn't get Tim Tams. Everyone else got Tim Tams, but because I was under vegan, I didn't get Tim Tams. That sucked.
Yeah.
I was disappointed about that. But I did bring a block of chocolate and some Coles spinach and herb flatbread with me. That was great. I very much enjoyed that. When I woke up, I did find that there was a packet of Smith's chips and pretzels at my feet. Apparently they'd been by and just, while I was asleep, they're like, oh, well, we'll just drop this here for them. Didn't notice that until I left the plane. But overall...
Did you take them with you?
Yeah, I still got them. Haven't eaten them yet.
Yeah. Good. Eat them on the flight.
Yeah, I might as well, right? So I got off the plane. It's like, cool, I'm in LAX. I needed to go from LAX airport to Van Nuys airport because that's closer to where my family lives. So my mum was telling me before I left, hey, you got to book a bus. So you got to book it in advance, buy the ticket. You like download this app. It's called Flyaways. Book a ticket, and then there's a bus from LAX to Van Nuys. So I was like, cool. She kept on hassling me like, hey, you got to do this, do this before you leave, do this before you leave. When I was at LAX at the airport, I was like, cool, I should probably do that now. Downloaded the app on free Wi-Fi.
You were doing so well too.
Booked the ticket, and then was trying to find the place. There was one sign that I saw that was Flyaways that said, I don't know, left. So I just walked, and I couldn't find another sign for like 10 minutes until I found it. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep walking this way. If I don't find it, I don't find it. Whatever. Finally found it.
Just say the name of the room that you need out loud.
Yeah, just yell it out loud. Someone will be like, this way. Finally found it. Saw a guy there who was like, hey, you going to Van Nuys? Just another passenger. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to Van Nuys. And I was like, cool. The bus was meant to be here 20 minutes ago. The next one is in 20 minutes. So, and then it was 40 minutes. It was late. All the buses were late for whatever reason. But I was just chilling. I just sat there reading my book. Also, with the ticket thing, you're meant to activate it when you see the bus. It expressly says, when you see the bus, activate your ticket. It'll be active for like a set amount of time. The issue is, I was so far from like the main area of LAX that my Wi-Fi was cutting in and out. And I didn't have service because I'm in America.
No.
So I was frantically like, when it was, when the bus was arriving, I was like trying to connect it. I was freaking out. I managed to just get it connected, and they didn't even check my ticket. So,
come on.
Ridiculous. Bit ridiculous. That's fine. Anyways, got on the bus. It was like an hour to Van Nuys. Just sat on the bus, playing some Cult of the Lamb, having a nice time. And then I got to Van Nuys airport. It's like brilliant, excellent. And then I realized, oh shit, I don't know who's picking me up. Not only do I not know who's picking me up, there's no internet and I have no cell service. I don't know when they're picking me up. So I just sat at Van Nuys for like another 40 minutes, just being like, I hope someone picks me up at some point. That would be nice. That would be good.
Oh my God. Did you have, so you had luggage with you?
Had all my luggage with me. Yeah. Had all of that. Oh, I missed out on my passport issue. I wasn't let through because my passport kept declining. It was like, try again.
In the US?
Yeah, in the US, at one of the face scanny things.
Scary stuff.
But then family eventually picked me up, which was great. It was fantastic.
Oh my God.
But I was like, as I said, I've been taking this chill. I'm like, well, whatever happens, happens. And I was having a good day as well. I'll end this at the end of the day that I arrived. I was trying to stay up. So I tried to sleep on the plane to match up with the LA time. We arrived at like 6:30 in the morning. I tried to stay up the whole day. I was doing pretty well as well.
Ew.
No.
That's...
It was going pretty good. We had to get a rental car. That was a bit of a hassle. We got that sorted. And then at the end of the day, we were going to have a big family dinner. Someone in my family, have a restaurant called Mitsuli's here in LA. So we were going there to see everyone.
You come here to Mitsuli's on the day you arrive in America.
Coming to Mitsuli's on the 2 days before your cousin's wedding. So, going there, in the car with family. I fell asleep in the car. I was like, okay, that's fine, I can fall asleep. When I woke up at Mitsuli's, I woke up and I had a splitting headache. It's like, oh shit, this is not good. I just need water. I didn't have any water with me. I was like, great, we'll go inside. We'll get some water. I got out of the car, feeling woozy.
You should have brought 499 mils of water with you on the plane.
Honestly, I wish I should have brought some tar. That would have perked me right up. So, I was in...
Would have fixed the headache.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. And what's another medical bill? So I went...
Hey, wait a sec.
I was basically feeling kind of drunk. Like, everything was spinning. I felt really unstable. It's like, what the heck is happening? I said hi to everyone. I could not tell you who was there. Like, could not tell you who was in that restaurant who I said hi to. Sat down, drank a big thing of water. Still feeling bad. Had a little bit of bread. I was like, okay, let me try and eat something. Could barely get the bread down. I could not... I've never felt this sick in like 10 years. I had to go to the bathroom to just take a break. And then I ended up going out. I was like, hey guys, I'm really sorry. I need to go sit in the car and lay down. I went, sat in the car, passed out for an hour. Woke up.
You've been awake for like most of 3 days, but like 312 out, like 36. Wait a sec.
It was like 24 hours or so. No, like 48 hours. 48 hours or so.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah. So,
because you did more than a day waking up and getting on the plane, and then you did a whole nother.
No, I left in the morning to get up for the plane.
Yeah.
I did get at home at like 1 a.m. the night before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, math isn't important, but what is important is I woke up after about an hour sleeping. I was like, I'm going to sit up for a bit. I'm going to open the car door to get some air. I'm going to throw up in the car parking lot for a little bit. I threw up in the car parking lot for a little bit and passed right out.
Flight was fine.
Flight was completely fine. What I think happened is I had a massive migraine from staying up for too long. I haven't had a migraine in, again, about 8 years. So that's how I ended my first day in LA. I didn't even see any of my family. I greeted them, but I don't remember seeing them. And I passed out in the car for the whole time. And now I'm feeling great. So I finished the tumultuous journey of getting to LA and seeing family. That's my finish.
Well done. Congratulations. Who is this for?
Who is this for?
Who's it for?
Anyone who has family in LA that they want to go see.
Cool. And would you recommend finishing it?
I recommend finishing it, but maybe don't do it how I did. Honestly, I recommend...
Okay, but...
I was going to say I recommend traveling and not stressing too much about it. It'll all be fine. You'll figure it out.
You've done it before, though.
Yeah, but I didn't organize any of it. Every time I've come to the U.S., well, I know I did come to the US on my own, but most of the time, like it's been with family, they've organized things. Yeah. It's been me figuring it my own way. Just chill. You'll work it out. I'm currently planning to head over to Colorado in a few days and then possibly drive to New York across the states for like 4 or 5 days.
That's cool.
My family's freaking out about it. They're like, well, my mum specifically, she's like, that's so long of a drive, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I'll be fine though. Like, I'll get there. Who knows?
That's nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you're saying don't do it how you did it. So do you think you should have had a little nap that morning when you arrived? Or
yeah, probably nap when you're tired. I would say my only thing that I'd do different...
Drink when you're thirsty, nap when you're tired. Radical.
Yeah. Don't try and trick your brain to match up with the time zone immediately. Take time to
nap. Because a lot of people say do that. They say like beat the jet lag before you arrive. Sync up before you leave.
Look, I got a migraine and threw up in a car parking lot in my first day here, so people can say what they want. That's my finished it. That's what I finished.
Awesome.
Reuben, tell me about what you finished.
Yeah. Okay, well, just let me yawn, okay? All right, just for once in my goddamn life, let me yawn, all right?
I've never cut you off from a lawn.
I'm done.
A yawn ever.
A yawn mower. There's nothing there.
A lawn mower?
What I have finished.
A yawn mower. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a really good sound. Because you can't, like, as you're constructing it, I'm like, which sound is yawn and which sound is lawnmower? Like, obviously I could tell initially, but then you put in the like, and I was like, that's a sound that my mouth makes, but it's also a sound that a lawnmower makes.
Your mouth makes a when you're yawning? I think you're having, like, I think you're choking.
Sometimes, look, sorry, I'm a little distracted because Goose is trying to get inside the podcast closet in any way possible. And so I keep hearing noises, and every now and again, just like one paw is like under my door, which is what she does in the morning when she wants to be fed.
Cute. What a cute cat that's apparently been through trauma since I've been gone. But Reuben won't tell me about it. That's
excuse me, I've been through trauma. She's fucking fine. I have been through trauma.
Is that your finished it? I've had airport trauma. You've had
no.
trauma.
I would love for that to be my finished it, but guess what? It's not finished.
No. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Okay, tell me about your finished it.
Okay, I have finished GTC's production of Heathers.
Ah, nice.
So this is fun.
This is fun.
I wasn't going to cover this. I was like, I can't.
Not good enough for you?
I can't summarize it, and also like it's Jett's thing to talk about, and also we've been tossing up maybe. I was like, I'm not going to do it. But the second time that I watched it, there was just so many like little things. So I thought I'd just bring a sprinkling of little things.
Love a sprinkling of little things.
And then if you wanted to talk about it, you can or not, or I don't know how you want to do it.
That's my favorite little industry. Little things.
Little things.
Right above little rubber and little war.
Right next to homeopathics.
Yeah.
Little war.
Yeah. Little war's all right. It's the big ones that are scary.
Yeah.
A couple of people having a tiff in front of a bar. That's fine.
That's fine. I was going to say, what's the tip over point? What's the biggest little war?
The biggest little war. Ooh.
Big little wars.
Ooh. The Great Emu War.
Oh, that's a great war.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Love people fighting emus, and the emus winning, I think. I think the emus won that war.
Yeah, they did. They sure did.
Other people having wars with, like, other
Think
people.
about it. You know about the emus. Do you know about the other
It's not called the Great Human War.
It's sure not. Because we lost. And Victor's writing the books, don't they?
Just a bunch of scratch marks.
In the dust.
Half of our legal documents in Parliament are just scratched by emus because, like, look, they won. They have a right to, say, look, we might not have an Indigenous voice to Parliament, but we have an emu voice to Parliament.
We have an emu voice to Parliament.
Anyways, tell me about the little things.
Okay, at one point Heather Duke has a should I explain any? No, we've talked about Heather so many times. The people do not need to know. I'm just going to go straight in.
Do you want to talk about how you liked the show? If you enjoyed it?
I love the show.
Cool.
I love
Did you enjoy it more?
I went on opening night and closing night, kind of by accident.
Well, you booked a ticket for second night of...
Well, I booked a ticket for Friday, that night before closing night. And
then you mistook that for Saturday, rocked up on Saturday.
Well, I didn't mistake. I just knew that I was coming on Saturday.
Right.
I think what happened, because I've been thinking about this since, I think what happened is I thought Sunday was closing, right? So when I was planning to go Saturday, I was like, oh, I won't go closing. Also, I know closing's really booked, but also like I just want to go and see them on a night that doesn't feel like a huge night. Yeah. Yeah, I know, which I discovered when I rocked up on Saturday, which was closing night. So I think what I did was just, because I thought it through quite in some depth, and I think the one moment I wasn't paying attention is when I went to book, and I must have clicked on the second night back from closing and gone, oh, that's the Saturday, and just not double checked. Yep. And that was the Friday.
Yeah, but you got a seat.
So that was
and you got to see the show.
I got a seat. I sure did.
Which one did you enjoy more, the opening?
I stole your stepmother's seat. That's a weird phrasing, but. Technically, that's what happened.
To be fair, she wasn't at the show. It wasn't like you kicked her out of the seat.
I stole it. I did. I said, you haven't seen this before, and I have, but I'm taking that.
I've seen it before, so I get to, I have a right to be here. I know the show.
Yeah. I'll actually get it on a deeper level.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. So which one did you enjoy more?
Closing night.
Closing Night was a better
because
show.
the mics worked for you. But yeah, and you just like you're super comfortable and you like pushed it the extra step in a couple of places and it was great.
Yeah.
They're both good, but Closing was fantastic. Although, gonna say, Closing Night audience,
Bad
a little bit
audience.
disappointing.
One of the worst audiences we had.
Yep.
All the rest of them.
I felt that.
Cheering, hooping and hollering. Closing Night, which was the first night to sell out, weirdly dull. People weren't laughing as much. People weren't cheering as much.
Yep.
I blame you, Reuben. If my stepmother was there, she would have been hooping and hollering.
I was going so hard.
No, I appreciate it.
I was laughing and cheering a lot.
So tell me about the little things.
All right, sure. So Heather Duke has a costume change at one point. All the Heathers have a color. There's a red one, a yellow one, a green one. And the red one's in charge. And the green one's at like the bottom of the Heathers hierarchy, which is still quite high. I've just remembered another little thing.
All right.
It's fine. I'll get to the end. Heather Duke is like I would probably say like the lowest of the Heathers, or starts that way in terms of status. And they have a song called Never Shut Up Again, I think. Is that right? Yeah, where they're taking charge. They're like, I'm going to be the Heather. I'm going to be in charge. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm not going to let the other Heathers tell me to shut up anymore. And they put on they've been green the whole time, and they put on a jacket that is half green, half red. And it's just great. Super simple, but also like, wow, someone went to all the effort of like making
Now, can I tell you a little behind the scenes thing?
Oh, here we go.
That green and red jacket, that
Yep.
was found at an op shop. Nobody made that jacket. One of the people in the costume team accidentally stumbled upon that green and red jacket, because normally, I think
it was a great fit too.
Yeah,
like
I think normally it's a transition just to
custom-made.
completely red.
Right.
Instead of-
that makes sense.
But no, we found this green and red jacket and we're like, perfect.
So good.
Awesome.
So good.
I'm going to try and give you little
That's cool.
insights into each of these.
That's fun.
Into
That's
these
cute.
things. Yeah.
Okay, what have I got? Oh, the next two are like differences from the movie. Because I thought the movie, I had a weird experience with the movie. And these are things that I thought worked much better.
Yeah, you seem to have a great time watching it because we watched it together.
I sure
and then you
did.
reviewed it very low on Letterboxd, so I was very confused.
Heather, Ram, and Kurt get to actually be in the thing. In the movie, 3 of the most fun characters die, and then because it's a movie, a fairly, not realistic, but there's a certain set of conventions, they're dead. They don't get to be in the story. And they're so much fun, and I missed them. I didn't really realize that. But in the performance, because it's theatre, in the musical, they can be there. And Heather is like frickin' Stalin, just rocking up into Veronica's dreams, be like, hey, things are terrible. Hey, you think you can manage this better than me? Hey, at least I kept everyone in line.
Reuben,
and it's great.
Are you having Stalin rocking up in your dreams?
No, Veronica's having Heather rocking.
Yeah, but you're like, Heather's like Stalin, just rocking up in your dreams. How often is Stalin appearing in your dreams, Reuben? Should I be concerned?
No more than once every 3 nights, okay? It's fine.
Oh, good.
No, I just mean like in the sense of like...
You're paying a lot of attention to trains lately.
Yeah.
That's not related?
You're the one who said fascism was a good time. You said that.
I said cults were a good time.
No, you said a different and more explicit thing.
I said the word fuck.
On record. Don't delete that. Don't delete.
I didn't delete anything.
Podcast. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so that's fun because they're actually in the thing and they're some of the most fun characters. Also, the tonal whiplash works better on stage.
What tonal whiplash?
Oh my god, that person's dead. That tonal whiplash. Totally works in a theatre context because we know that they're not... It's just a different set of conventions. We know that they're not really dead. The actors get to still be in the thing. It's funny because horrible things have been funny in theatre for a long time. It's a musical, so the sense of reality is heightened and different.
I will say with
the suspension of disbelief operates differently. It just worked.
You're referring to
Whereas in the movie I was like, oh.
You're referring to the specific...
Are we just going to move on?
Yeah, you're referring to the specific bit where Heather Chandler dies and Veronica is like freaking out about it and then starts laughing and then is like, oh shit, this person's dead.
Not only that, there's also like the Martha fake out and even when I've forgotten the surname of the yellow Heather. It's one I always forget.
Heather McNamara. When they they do an attempted suicide on stage, which is quite intense. And mere seconds later, when Veronica stops them, we're already laughing about. Basically, Heather still has the pills in her mouth, and Veronica says, if everyone walked off a cliff, would you follow them? And she says, probably. It's a funny as line. It's fantastic. And even so, yes, there's I think I've already listed 2 or 3. So it's not just the Heather Chandler one. It's all through there. Yeah. It's fun. What's your next little thing?
It's fun. My next little note is that Sauce Gill, who played Ms. Fleming, the hippie teacher, improvised twice in the middle of a song every night. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. Improvised before the song and then mid-song.
Incredible.
There's a bit where Miss Fleming, the character, so basically the news crews are coming to the school to talk about these kids that have died and how the school's reacting to it and becoming better people because of it. So Sauce, as Miss Fleming, chats to the audience and is like, hey everyone, we're doing good here. We gotta, all this stuff is helping us. A couple of shows did can everyone cheer for suicide, and got people in the audience cheering suicide. It was so funny.
That was another moment of the whiplash that worked. That was another tonal shift. That was actually one I had in my head when I read.
And then halfway through that song, that song's called Shine a Light, Miss Fleming calls out a person in the audience named Steve. And so the basic line is Miss Fleming's talking about how they've in their past, cut off their hair, joined a cult, relatable, just had a bit of an extravagant lifestyle and how that's changed them. And then it's I'm going to become a better person. Steve, I'm stopping our affair because I faked it every single time. Now that's how it is in the soundtrack recording, but there's a big vamp in the middle of that where Miss Fleming's Steve, and then just makes fun of Steve for as long as, in this case, Sauce wanted to. So it's different every single night, points out a different person. And one night it was about this guy's mustache. One time it was about his glasses. One time it was about how short he was. And so it just makes fun of this guy. And then at the end is and I faked it every single time. And yeah, and then we all start dancing, and it's great choreography. And
then it's straight back into the song as well. Yeah. Crazy stuff. It was so good. And I mean, the point of improvisation in the worlds that I come from is not to hide it. That's not our interest. But, someone has to have such incredible skills to put it in. Because this was not an improvised show. No. This was not a devised show. This was a really specific thing. And as you say, it's mid-song and the instrumentation is still going, the band's still playing. So to be able to put it in with such confidence, but also to have it be fresh, incredible. Incredible.
It was fun. It was fun experiencing it every single night as a performer and getting also to react to it. Because every time we didn't know what Sauce was going to say. Yeah. So it was genuine reactions that you were getting from the performance as well.
Yeah.
What's another little thing?
The background acting was great. And there was multiple things that made it great. I think obviously they had a bunch of people who were good actors and more than that, they were engaged and committed to we're ensemble, but we're a part of this. And then there was also directing decisions to have a lot of you there a lot of the time, which really paid off, which wouldn't always happen. We've all seen that high school play where everyone in the back just dead-faced waiting for a line or whatever. So I just loved everything that you guys were working with, but especially, and I don't know if I was saying this to you or to Ash, or I don't know if I was talking about it with, but the fact that you were doing like a fully like mimed story. There were whole storylines going on at the back there, and then still like keyed into the dialogue or sometimes to the song, and able to like throw in the line and address it directly to the audience, and then be straight back in the other mode of existence was amazing.
Yeah.
So that was something I loved.
Thanks. Yeah, we did. All of us in the ensemble, as well as the leads, did a bunch of character work and figured out exactly what our specific characters were, even if, some of us
and they
didn't
were
have
really
named
specific.
ones.
Yeah.
And we had relationships and storylines building in the background, and each time we did a show, those evolved. Sometimes became weirder and more like distance themselves further from what it was originally at. Sometimes it, ebbed and flowed back between that. But it was really fun to go on stage and be like, well, I'm just hanging out in the background, but I have friends that I talk to. I have people that I'm scared of at this school. I have a goal of trying to do this one thing, At the party, one of my peers in my group was like going off to get drugs, and I was like, yeah, go get drugs so we can come back and do them, because I'm terrified of this party and I want to be able to be friends with the popular kids here, so I need something to hype me up. So we were going through that whole thing, and that was only like a small, that's maybe like 20 seconds of this whole song. And everyone was doing that, which was fantastic to see. It was really great to have an ensemble cast that was fully invested in not only their own characters but the production as a whole.
Yeah, it was so cool, so good. And it plays into the other one that I remembered earlier, which is like especially in Act 1, the social hierarchy of Westerberg High, the school, is so specific. It's not just like, oh, the Heathers bully everyone. It's like, no, like there's the Heathers, and then there's like Kurt and Ram, who use their like masculinity and physicality to exert their dominance over everyone except the Heathers, who are above them. And then like there's there are these different groups who are sometimes like the costumes all shared a color, but then even within those, like sometimes you would be telling off someone in your group, like, don't do that. Like don't anger them, or someone else would like hold you back. Like you can't do that. And so it was really, actually, like I know it was all goofy, silly fun, but it's also a really specific portrait of how like the social structure polices itself into, like obedience. It's like, oh, there's a few like moments in there, even just as I say, like mimes in the back, and like, whew, that they're onto something. Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm so glad that came across. Excellent.
Yeah, really did. I have Staging During Lifeboat. Is the song called Lifeboat?
The song is called Lifeboat.
Yeah, just that simple. Everyone turns away, and maybe the lights dim, maybe not, but like
the lighting changes.
Yeah, so effective, especially because theatre is so. You always project, you always look forward. And so for everyone to turn away, not just from Heather, but also from us, like it puts us into her emotionality in that moment. It's like, whoa. And the audience, every time there was a verbal, like a, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, because...
I don't know, every time. The 2 times I went, like it, it's a really significant moment.
At the start of that, just before that song, it's Miss Fleming talking to McNamara is like, McNamara has just said, hey, I've thought about killing myself. So Fleming's like, just talk it out. It's just you and me and all your classmates who love you, and then everyone turns around. It's brutal. There's so many scenes in this show that I wish I was in the audience to see. Yeah,
it's a great moment. I have Esther and Andrew stand face to face and sing their hearts out. I think this was in the song 17.
Yep.
But I'm not sure, because they have a lot of great moments. But this was one where I was like, theatre, we spend a lot of time, there are sets and props and lighting, and we try to make it look as if it's something else. Like we transport the audience through the power of acting and the other crafts that we use, right? But then in this moment, everything dropped away, and it was those two. They play JD and Veronica, the leads, and they're singing at that point about, like, I guess I would say about how much they love each other and what it would be like to live like just a normal life. Is that fair?
Yeah, singing about being 17, they've just gone through the stuff where they've accidentally killed someone. They're like, well, there are other evil people that in this school who could kill them. Maybe life would be better if we, killed them. And they end up pleading with each other. Maybe we should just be 17. Maybe we should just be 17-year-olds, go and watch a movie, chill out. Not everything has to be life and death, and maybe we shouldn't be playing gods. We clearly care for each other. Maybe we can just be 17 together, and that's all that matters. Yeah.
Yeah. And everything dropped away, and it was just those two looking at each other and singing, and it was just like the raw like power and emotion was like it was physical, like it was a presence in the space on its own. It was like, and that, again, like the combination of what a powerful staging choice and how much the performers rose to it. That's coming up a lot actually, but yeah, amazing.
I cried during one of the first full rehearsals of that scene, hearing them sing together. I cried during that, and also the last show as I was watching that from side stage. It's not only is it, them alone finally, as you said, things kind of drop away. It's just these two people in this moment. Also their singing is so beautiful and their performances were incredible. Good. So yeah, it literally brought a tear to my eye. Yeah.
The next one I have is, it was raunchy as hell.
It was raunchy.
There was quite a few moments, but and so some of them are like quite important to the story. Like it's Dead Girl Walking has like a sex scene in it that is quite central to the plot, and so that I would not say I was expecting it, but kind of not made sense. It felt like a quite significant moment, and you need a certain amount of intimacy there. But then there were other, and same with like Dead Gay Son, like that kiss is not essential but makes a lot of sense. But then there was a couple of others, like at the end of Big Fun, or sometime during Big Fun, two of the actors just had like this wild embrace and a kiss, and it was like, oh yeah, like this is a teen party. Like it really helped elevate the chaos of that, and that was like like you didn't need to do that, but it also wasn't throwaway. It was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Just raunchy as hell, and lots of swear words, and when Esther playing Veronica said like, spend these 30 hours getting freaky, every time I was like, yes, just great, just raunchy as hell, and I loved it.
Brilliant.
Not many to go, a couple to go. Phone being held by hand, Heather Chandler controls staging. So this is there's a couple of phone calls, and because it's set in the
1989. September 1st, 1989. Dear Diary.
Jett will now recite the entirety of Heather's from memory.
I could.
Someone's on the landline and the cord's sticking away into the wings, and that happens a couple of times. That's that makes sense as a choice. But then one time, I don't know if they needed to be in the light or if they made the choice for comedy, but someone had to stick their hand out of the wings to hold like the phone set, and it was just fantastic. And I think I might be misremembering, but I thought Heather Chandler was on the phone there, and so it felt to me like she was like pulling the prop and the I don't know if it's a stage manager or a different cast member, like controlling the staging through the sheer power of like, that phone is coming to me.
Right.
Great. Don't even remember if it happened both times I was there, but I just really enjoyed it was so goofy, like a little hand and then the phone set and then the cord and then they were holding it and they were like a third of the way on stage. It's very funny.
I think that
one's so specific.
I don't know that was intentional.
Is that
really?
That
could have been unintentional.
Maybe. Whoever was holding it, like it was beautifully positioned as like a joke. Wow. Yeah, it was great.
Okay, cool. Good to hear.
And then Veronica's first costume, underrated. It tells you so much about who she is, and the changes when the costume change happens when she's kind of getting in with the Heathers and gaining that status. It's a great costume that she wears throughout the piece, but I didn't really. First time I kind of didn't clock that first costume. I think just like the scarf and like it's a good fit, but it's also slightly like geeky, or it's just really well put together.
That's ugly Veronica. That's the ugly Veronica costume.
Yeah,
which we like Esther and I joke. That's literally something that Esther would wear.
And it looks great, not ugly, but it serves that purpose in the play.
Yeah, it's not the like preppy suit jacket frills kind of thing. Yeah. It's a cool costume.
That was all the little things that I could remember when I was writing them
Lovely.
Much later.
Amazing.
So good. So much fun.
Yes.
So much
fun. So good to hear you enjoyed it. And also got to, those little things came across. because you know,
big time.
seeing a show is not only about the leads and the. I'm saying this as part of the ensemble. It's not only about the leads and the main.
It's not just about you guys. I'm important too.
But like all of it coming
Sorry, go
together,
on.
like the
But yeah.
environment, the you know.
Oh, big time, yeah.
Ensemble,
And there would have been heaps of. I mean, there's other things I haven't mentioned because there was a cow tipping moment, just some fantastic things, right? So that was like a sound design example. I'm sure everyone worked real hard to put things in, and I spotted just a small subset of them.
Yeah. Did you mention the last thing that you thought of? That you're like, oh, I'll bring that back later.
I did, because it came up. It was that status.
Oh
thing.
yeah. Amazing.
So when I talked about like the background acting that came in,
Excellent.
yeah, just really, specific.
Cool. Thanks for bringing that as you finished it. I really appreciate that.
So good. As I said, I wasn't going to, but I thought, no, you know what? There's so many fun things about this.
So good. I'm so glad. Excellent. It's great to hear it from an audience member's perspective. Yeah. Oh, so cool. Would you wait? I mean, you can't recommend seeing it because it's done now.
Should have gone.
Yeah,
You should have gone, everyone.
A lot of people
That's
did.
all I'll say.
Basically, every night sold out. So
A lot of,
that was fantastic.
Yeah. And you guys did so many shows, like 9?
Yeah, I think it was 8.
You did 2 like 8? You did 2 chunky weekends.
Yeah. No, it was 8 shows. Yeah. It was like 4 in the first week and 4 in the second week, over a period of
Yeah, right.
7 or 8 days.
Yeah.
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 Of course it was 8, not 9, because you didn't perform Sunday.
No, we didn't
'cause
perform.
I had causing that wrong.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Well, who would you recommend? I don't know. How are you going to do this? You have to say if you'd recommend finishing it and who you'd recommend it to. So figure out a way to frame that perfectly within your finished it.
You should finish it.
Mm-hmm.
If you rocked up to this and you thought, don't know, this is happening in a weird theatre in the middle of nowhere in Melbourne, you've already driven all the way. You should finish it. You should just finish the show. It's really good. Who would I recommend this to? If you didn't like the movie, watch the music.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It's way better.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's good to hear. Amazing. And then apparently, you didn't like the movie, so... Which, once again, I very much thought you did, but apparently not.
It's not that I didn't like it. Like, I had a good time.
That's the definition of liking something. I had a good time.
I enjoyed it. I don't know if I liked it. Like, I don't know if it is a helpful contribution. But also, without the movie, we probably don't get the musical. So, hashtag worth
Maybe we
it.
should bump up
No
that
pain, no gain.
letterbox review. No?
I'll think about it.
What's our next section, Reuben?
Our next section is called Up and Up, which has a theme song that goes here.
Every time I'm bringing it up, I'm talking about up and up. Not the theme song.
Nice, good job. Good job queuing in that theme song.
Cool. Thank you. I guess that's how we cue that now. I don't know. What have you got? So this is, we talk about something that is coming up, and if there's anything following up from previous episodes, we talk about it.
Yeah, so I have it coming up. I'm going to be finishing Loki Season 2 very soon.
Excuse me?
Yeah. You know how we're watching that
Without
together?
me? We watched the first episode together!
And there were like 4 or 5 episodes
You're a
out.
traitor! I've wanted to watch that multiple times. I've been like, no, I gotta wait for Jett.
Hey, you have no leg to stand on because you're falling over double time.
Fuck you! You didn't want to... What? That's ridiculous. That's got
You
nothing
bought
to do with
Jedi
you.
Fallen Over and you've been playing that without me.
That was like an open secret. We both knew
I
that
was
was
so
gonna happen. You don't even want to play it. You've been talking all year about like, I don't actually want it.
No, I said I don't want enough to buy it, but once you buy it, I'll play it. I'll be there day one.
Yeah, and you can still play it.
Yeah, but I couldn't play it with you. I was gonna be there and experience
Fuck
it with
you.
you. Wow. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize this
see
meant
what I
so much
said.
to you.
Jesus Christ. Okay, how many episodes do you have to go?
1. Which is the last episode.
I wanted to overtake it. I wanted to finish it.
The last episode's coming out like in a couple of days.
God damn it.
I needed something to watch on the airplane. I needed something to watch on the airplane.
So, okay, so just to be clear, your coming up is the last episode of the thing.
Yeah.
So this thing that could be a started or a finished it, you're pushing into coming up.
Yeah.
Just to tease me.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Cool. What are you looking for? No, you know what?
I'll
That's
tell you
it.
what I'm
Move
looking
on.
forward
You
to.
talked about Loki
So here's a
enough.
bunch of I haven't talked about Loki at all.
You can't say anything because I haven't seen
Well,
any
whose
of
fault
it.
is that?
I watched one episode. Yours.
No, you could have watched it.
Yeah.
You were too busy
Well, I
falling
know
over.
that now.
Ridiculous. Are you going to watch it without me?
Well, I have to. Like, what are you going to do? Watch it a second
Yeah,
time
good
when you
point.
get back?
Probably not.
I was going to say, is it good enough
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
to do that?
I'm enjoying it.
You enjoying it? You'll watch it a second time?
No, I wouldn't watch it a second time.
Okay, great. Yes, so then yes, I will watch it without you. Jesus.
I didn't realize it would upset you so much. Honestly, kind of forgot that we were watching it together.
You
Kind of forgot.
bastard.
I was downloading things for the play.
Listen to this water bottle sound. I'm going to just make a bunch of noise that you have to edit out for the rest of this podcast
Just
now.
to torture me. Appreciate it. Just punishment.
Yeah, especially after last week.
Oh my God. So, no, I was, some of the most prep that I did for my flight was just making sure I had things downloaded to watch. So I downloaded all the available episodes of Loki. Watched them. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It's pretty alright.
Cool, good for you.
Yeah, I mean
That's nice.
It's fine. Some episodes dip. They're long. They're like 50 minutes. So
I hope the last episode's bad.
every episode kind of drags.
and you have a bad time.
I don't know. I'm not like super engaged, but it's like
Good.
some of it's interesting. Some of it's like
Oh wait, that's bad. I have to watch this by
yeah.
myself.
Some of it's
I want it to be good, actually.
some of it's like here's the reason for like we need to do this thing to do this thing. Why does it work? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's just weird time travel. None of it exactly makes sense. All of it's.
Have you enjoyed it more or less than the first season?
I think I'm.
Because you quite liked the
I think
first
I'm
season.
enjoying it a bit less than the
You
first
really
season.
liked. A bit less.
Yeah,
But you really liked the last episode of season.
I think there's better acting in this one. But there's I don't know. The first season had some cool set pieces, except for that one Doctor Who episode. There was just a nothing Doctor Who episode. Yeah, no, it's pretty good. So I'm looking forward to finishing that. Might talk about that in the
Cool.
future. Cool.
Are you following up on anything?
I don't know. Is there anything to follow up
Oh
on?
yeah, my following up is Loki because we were watching it together, and my following up is I've almost finished it without you. Any other following up though, other than that we already know that you did? That thing that you did.
Oh, you know how last week I talked about how I was getting ready for Halloween? Going to that Halloween party, organizing those Halloween
Yeah.
costumes?
Yeah, we had a whole plan.
Yeah, didn't go to the Halloween party.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a trip
Yeah.
during that week before I headed off over here. I was in Phillip Island, so I would have had to be in Phillip Island. Then I was planning on driving back up to Melbourne to go to a Halloween party, and then driving back down, and then the next day driving back to Melbourne to get on a flight. So I was like, that's going to be too much. So now I have like half a Marceline costume, but I'll use that at some point. So yeah, that's what I'm following up on. So, and that also meant that Reuben,
Nice.
you didn't get
Yes.
to go to a Halloween party.
You'll have to wait for my following up. won't you?
Oh, did you go to a Halloween party and
Who's to
dress
say?
up as
You'll have to wait
taxes?
for my following up.
That should have been you finished it instead of Heather's. Well, tell me what your up and up is.
Okay. So coming up is Killers of the Flower Moon. It's 3 hours 26.
Oh my
Martin
God.
Scorsese is another one of those filmmakers that I feel like I've only talked about them on Stinished It, where I'm like, I really want to like this person, whether it's like Wes Anderson or Christopher Nolan or whoever it is. There's another couple where I'm like, I really want to like this, but I just haven't yet. So I really hope I like this because it's really long.
Hey, why not watch one that's already well known and
Really
critically
long.
acclaimed, and you could just it's shorter.
Because The Wolf of Wall Street is also 3 hours,
Yeah, it's
and
not
name
great.
another Scorsese film that's not Hugo.
The Hugo. There's
I feel like Goodfellas is probably 3 hours. The Irishman is definitely 3
Did
hours.
he do
so
that
it's like
one-
might as well see it in cinema.
did he do that one with De Niro and the other folks that was de-aged for Netflix?
Yeah, that's The Irishman.
Oh.
Yeah, that's 3 hours. So it's like I might as well go to cinemas if I'm going to.
Sure.
It's like that much.
What's
time.
Killers of the Flower Moon about? Give me a very brief synopsis.
Okay, there's a Native American / Indigenous.
Oh wait, yeah, no, I saw the trailer for
It's
that.
got a
Never
bunch
mind.
of. Yeah,
Never
cool.
mind. Cool.
Okay, cool. So I guess we just won't tell the listeners either.
No, they can Google
That's
it. They
fine.
can watch the trailer.
They can Google it. Google it, mate, in the words of Adam Bant. Fantastic line.
Tell me,
Sorry, I consume too much
you
news.
do. You should start watching train videos. Tell me about what your following up is.
My following up is last week we talked last episode we talked about Halloween costumes.
Yep.
And we talked about weird, silly, goofy Halloween costumes. And just this morning, by total chance, I came across an article about Japanese. It's called Jimmy Halloween. It's like mundane Halloween. So they bring a bunch of costumes that are like really specific or not scary, or I don't know. The article said low effort, but these are all intense effort. So I'm just going to read you a couple of the captions of some of the photos of Japanese mundane Halloween.
Okay, great.
Because I feel like they fit in with the costume ideas we were discussing. We've got person who was late for work but got issued a late pass at the train station and is now feeling more at ease. I can show you the photos, but it's an audio medium, so I feel like you should have the same experience.
I'll have the same experience.
But just know that they're all very good costumes in detail. What do we got? Probably that mum friend, but not exactly sure.
Okay.
The girl in the My Neighbor Totoro poster who doesn't appear anywhere in the film.
Nice.
That person carrying gloves and scissors during opening ceremonies. Person trying to go viral with their cat on a Roomba. So just fantastic costume ideas.
These are brilliant.
Also, I did my taxes.
Oh, you did your taxes.
On the Tuesday. It was terrible. I've also done them wrong and I know that, and I'm just hoping that they pay me and don't check. So that's fine.
Is this tax fraud? Don't tell me if it's tax fraud because this is being recorded.
I couldn't possibly say.
Good. What you should have done is you should have taken your taxes to a group of people to get them to do it for you. Like a Halloween party or something. I feel like that would be the perfect place.
Yeah. I feel like we could just go to an accountant.
Yeah, but like, I don't think you need to. Just my personal accounting advice. And I know everything about it. I've been actually watching accounting YouTube videos for years now.
Yeah.
So
you're deep in the Patreon.
I am very much deep in it. I can tell you.
Yeah.
I don't
Andrew
think you
Tate
need
is a really great guy. He makes videos about so much stuff.
Yeah, trains.
Just don't go push the bad stuff up publicly. But if you go into the back catalog,
if you're in the Patreon, then
it's got trains and taxes.
Trains and taxes. There are three categories: trains, taxes, and tar. That's where I got the tar tip from. And let me tell you, this is bone dry.
Yeah.
I've finished this tar.
That's good.
I'm feeling numb,
so I don't take any sips.
I've been sipping this whole time. I don't know if I'm feeling. I don't feel. Look, I'm feeling numb, and that's. I think that's a good thing, because it means I'm not feeling bad. But it started at my toes.
But you don't have a splitting headache.
And now it's up to like my ribs. So
yeah. Okay.
We'll see how we go.
Well, we better wrap up the podcast before it gets to your vocal cords and we can't talk.
That's a very good point. Okay, so.
Which means, unfortunately, we have no time for mail. So next week
No, wait, are we doing mail? Are we doing mail?
No, there's no time. The tar's creeping up. It's up to you,
Reuben, we need to do mail.
We gotta go.
Oh my God.
We gotta go.
Fine. Maybe you should do mail up.
Next week, mail.
Okay, next week we're doing mail. Everyone get ready for mail next week. Send in your mail. Maybe we might just have to have a mail episode, depending on how much mail we have.
A bottle episode. Okay. A mail bottle. A bottle.
Reuben, bottles don't have to be gendered.
Message in a bottle. Message in a bottle episode. I've got it. I fixed it.
Awesome.
I fixed my joke.
We'll change the theme to the Taylor Swift song "Message in a Bottle" and just get
Message in a Bottle. That's a different song called Message in a Bottle. It's also a reference to a really obscure Sammy J and Randy skit from the Backbenchers series. Anyway, that's all. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the podcast. Thank you to Hetty Moysey for our wonderful podcast art. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you want to get in contact, if you want to send in any mail, you can reply to the automatic thing on Spotify, or you can message us at stinishedit@gmail.com. Thanks for waiting a week while we did international travel, and by we I mean Jett.
Yep. And now you know why
I just looked after Goose.
Yeah, which was a very easy process by the sound of it.
I think arguably harder than your process.
I had to deal with airports and such.
You slept on a plane and played video games.
Yeah, it was a great time. And
watched Loki without me.
I did. I haven't been able to do things I enjoy for a long time. Experiencing things without you being the main one. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. We'll hopefully see you. And by see you, I mean hear, and by hear you, I mean you hear us next week. And that's all. That's oh my God. That's reaching my throat. I can't. You come here on the day of my cousin's wedding.